and the legend begins. Welcome everyone to the Designing for playthrough of Dragon Warrior, or if you rather, Dragon Quest III. I am Connor. I will be your player for this playthrough, and accompanying me is my good buddy Goombachi.
Hello. Yeah, I'm sure the notoriety of this game precedes itself, but this is the JRPG. It inspired Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger. Basically, every major JRPG that was after this point can tie at least some of its ideas to Dragon Warrior 3. It's one of the first games to really have a sense of story that matters, and it was in a video game. Like before then you had text adventures and that kind of thing that had story, but this had a more fleshed out story integrated into the gameplay. And the class system was really unique for the time and added a lot of depth. There was the world was much more expansive than anything seen up to that point. But yeah, very important release, and it's a shame that it kind of flew under the radar for American audiences, just out of the logistics of it, since back in the day translations were really slow going. So since this game came out really late, just like Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 before it, that meant it didn't have as much of a chance, unfortunately. But it deserves it, because I think it's one of the most important games on the NES for sure.
I did a retrospective on the Designing for Discord server, which if you're not a part of, be sure to join it. The link is probably someplace. But the skinny of it is along the lines of what Gooms was saying. It took several years for each of the Dragon Warriors to get, or the Dragon Quest games to get localized as Dragon Warrior. 3 in particular released about 4 years later, which would have put it well into Super Nintendo era. So it honestly had no chance of getting a lot of public attention. But from those who played it, even stateside, those very much swear by it as one of the console's best. Now, what is your familiarity with Dragon Quest as a series overall? What have you played?
I've played through all of 1. I've played through all of 8, all of 5, and I've made it a good ways into 11. And I am pretty well versed in most of the other ones, but I haven't specifically played them. I played a little tiny bit of Dragon Quest Monsters on Game Boy Color.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
I myself have played all of 1 on original NES cart. I've played all of 2 on iOS, and I've played most of 5 also on iOS, and I've played a little bit of 4 and 8 on DS and 3DS respectively. SG, hi, says, I have no experience with Dragon Quest and know a bit about it through osmosis and such, but that's about it. Luckily, this one is connected to 1 and 2, but you can kind of approach this one on its own. So this should be a pretty solid jumping in point.
It was kind of brilliant what they did, just because it's connected, but not in the way that requires prior knowledge. So that gets the people that are invested in the prior games, but it also gets the people that are just jumping into it for the first time.
Now, I will say for those who are coming into this completely blind, I have marked this Twitch playthrough as not no spoilers. We're not going to be actively spoiling stuff as it comes up, but the main talking points about this game, I feel, are things familiar enough to public consciousness that it might come up and we might talk about it, but by and large, we're not going to be going, oh, now this is setting up this thing later. So don't worry about it. But don't be surprised if we say something that hasn't happened yet. Really, particularly this era of Dragon Quest, there isn't a lot that you would not want to reveal ahead of time. So these are very much mechanically driven games, though with a story and with a lot of fun writing to make it all the more sweeter.
Yeah. And 3 especially, like I said, it's kind of... 1 and 2 are almost entirely about the grind. This one, it adds a little bit more character development and stuff in it. And for an NES game, you have to take things where you can get them. And I think it's impressive in that regard. Like, it has actual plot developments.
Definitely. But, alright, shall we jump into it?
Yep.
Alright, let's go. Dragon Warrior 3. Worth a note, this screen was completely original to the NES version. On Famicom, they ran out of room for a title screen, so it's just text on a black backdrop. Likewise, this is also added new to this release.
It's a really good cutscene, too, for NES. Like, the parallax scrolling on those clouds is, like, legitimately very well done. Man, just chop off a wing. Metal as fuck.
It's still flapping, too. Alright. What does that mean? Well, we'll just have to find out. Also bears mention, this music was originally composed for Dragon Quest IV. It was added to the Dragon Warrior 3 cart retroactively. So one advantage to America getting the game so late.
Yeah, this song shows up a lot in later games too. I recognize it. I can't remember when exactly, but probably like menus and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is consistently opening menu or main menu a theme.
Yeah.
But all right, let us begin a new quest. A few adventure logs. I shall pick 3 because this is 3. All right, so we have to name and gender our character. Now, I asked the fine folks on the Designing 4 server for suggestions, and I got quite a lot. Mostly more jokey, but running through these, we were advised maybe Naruto, a boy named Ness, an either-or named Chris, a boy named Chrono, a girl named Kotone, a boy named Shinji, a girl named Estelle, a guy named Tim Roger. Most of those are JRPG characters. A girl named Lomira, a whatever named Finalfant, which just seems hurtful to me. Spamton was thrown out there, as was John Quest, which I take to mean much akin to how the main character of Halo is John Halo. This would be the main character of Dragon Quest would be John Quest.
Oh, I was thinking Johnny Quest, but sure.
Oh, see, that makes more sense. Although I think it would. I think maybe there would be a Y in there somewhere, like maybe JNY, because we do have an 8-character limit.
Yeah.
There's a suggestion to have a character named Ryan, because every team needs a Ryan. We will, in fact, if I remember correctly, we'll be able to name all of our party members, not just our hero, so maybe room for that later. And then, continuing the theme of JRPG protagonist names, we have a girl named Melody. So we could do any of those, or if anyone in chat has suggestions, I would also field those. I personally find myself favoring Lomira, but I'm also biased because I am very close friends with the person who suggested that one. So I claim no objectivity therein.
The only thing about Lomira is that it makes me think of Elmira from Pinky and the Brain.
See, in my state here, there's a town called Lomira that I pass through all the time, so that's what I think of first. But I suppose there's something apt about having a hero who goes around fighting animalistic monsters, just defeating monsters left and right, and having that hero be named Elmira. That's kind of apt. I know. Gooms, do you have any... While we're waiting to hear from chat, do you have any preferences?
I jokingly suggested PSP Lenny before, but part of me wonders if it'd be funny to play as GBA Sally here.
Well, that raises some questions about how we got here. Is this before or after the events of Tulip? Both. Oh,
Both.
okay.
Wait, so there's two alternate parallel timelines, and one flows from Tulip to Dragon Warrior 3, and the other flows from Dragon Warrior 3 into Tulip.
Maybe there's a... my guess is that one of these things is a self-fulfilling paradox. Frankly, Tulip seems the more likely candidate, but I just 100%ed that, and I can't account for what would cause the time loop there.
Well, GBA Sally's mom's chicken is just that bad.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Man, I don't know. Gooms, what do you think?
What? I think you should pick about this one.
Man. Damn it. I was trying to weasel my way out of the spotlight. Can we do some sort of horrible bastardization of a couple things here? Let me think.
kind of hard to do a bastardization when you only are working with 8 characters.
I could maybe work with some of these. But yes. Okay, alright. Here's how we'll do this. GBA Cresonal Myra Fantality. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. FC Quest E for
FC Questy?
For Famicom Quest, because the hero of Dragon Quest is Quest, and then E cause girl, because that seems to be the direction we're leaning in here. I could also do I or E for girl, if we prefer, or A for girl. Actually, let's do A for girl, because that fits a bit better.
Okay.
Sorry, you were gonna say?
I just thought it was interesting that they use the word sex instead of gender.
FC Questy rolls off the tongue better. Well, now I have to sound that out. FC Questy, FC Questa. Actually, yeah, I kind of like the rhyming cadence of Questy. Sorry, we are not a romance language today. Okay. Alright. Female it is. Select the message speed you would like. Oh, no. Faster.
We should probably have it pretty fast. Maybe not instant, but like...
Let's do
2.
FC Questy almost sounds like MC Questy. Well, maybe she's the female master of ceremonies as well. Alright, here we go. It was FC Questy's 16th birthday. Oh, wake up, dear Questy. We're gonna have to decide how we're going to do voices here, but I'll take this to start with. Wake up, FC Questy. It's morning. Today is a very important day. This is the first time that you, FC Questy, shall go to the castle. I have raised you as a brave young lad for this very day. Oh, we're going to be misgendered a lot. Oh well.
I think they added the female character pretty late in development, so that's probably why.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I guess let's just alternate characters.
Okay.
And try desperately to remember if we did them or not, but...
Oh boy. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so, for people who have played earlier Dragon Quests, our command menu has lessened a bit. We don't have to worry about stairs or anything like that. We can talk. There's no one in that direction. We can spell. FCQU. That's a very strange name to spell. But FC Quest doesn't know any spells that can be used while on the move. I overshot. FC Questy examines the ground at her feet with the search option, but nothing can be found. You can learn about her status. FC Questy as the hero will be fairly all around.
I wanted there to be a stair command. There was a stair command in Dragon Warrior 1. I think they consolidated things.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you can just walk into stairs in this one and have at it. But yeah, as the hero, FC Questy will be our all-around character. So since there's a big focus on party customization, she'll be the jack of all trades that we can always lean on to patch whatever holes exist with the rest of the party. She's a hero. She's a lady. She's level 1, 15 hit points, 7 MP. Yeah, basic. Let's see. Equipment just lets us review what we got. Nope. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Condition, she fine. Formation, no companion, so we can't adjust the formation. But this is the first game in which we're able to adjust party formation. Since Dragon Warrior 1 had a single playable character, and Dragon Warrior 2 had a party of 3, but there was clearly a main character to that, and the other two were just kind of there. There wasn't much point in futzing with party lineup. No spare equipment, just clothes that we got equipped.
Put the clown in front at all times.
We'll talk about that when we get to deciding our party, but yes, we will be having we'll be having a little bit of fun with our lineup. Oh, so come with your mother.
The town looks very similar to the first town in, well, I guess the second town in Dragon Warrior 1.
If you go straight, you'll come to the castle. Remember your manners in front of the king. All right, be on your way now. We're gonna have to be a bit on the ball with keeping up with text messages since they end automatically. Is there any way to adjust that?
Maybe we have the text too fast. Oh, wow.
I think I can save in a little bit, so I'll try to adjust that once I've saved.
Yeah.
I believe you have to talk to kings in order to save.
And this is very... So in Dragon Warrior 1, they had the castle as its own town, and then the first other town you could go to looked a lot like that other town. Now they made the castle part of the town, so consolidated a bit, I see.
Oh, no, see, that is waiting. I guess it's contextual based on if it's like a scripted thing. I'll still try and slow down the text, but...
Welcome to the castle of Aliahan!
Yeah, that's the same thing. So, Aliahan is our first town. Okay, easy enough to remember. His Highness is upstairs.
His Highness is anxiously awaiting you. This is you.
Oh, I'm good. That's going to take some getting used to. When you return from your travels, have the results of your labors recorded in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. That way, even if you rest from your journeys for a while, you can restore your status.
Brave hero, please bring peace to the world quickly.
His slowness is downstairs. His lowness is boredly awaiting for you. Wait, oh, excuse me. Sorry. Nope, wait, there we go. The castle gates close at night. You can only have an audience with the king during the day. This game has a day-night cycle.
Indeed. An early example of that, like, Castlevania 2 beat it out, but there's not a whole lot besides that, so pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Equip yourself with weapons and armor and ready yourself. It's not enough that you have them.
In a fight, the farther back you stand, the less damage you incur. Pay attention to the formation. So maybe don't put the clown out front. Here, you get to be the king.
Welcome upon the FC Questy, son of the brave Ortega. Pepper? It is said that thy father Ortega met his end when he fell into a volcano's crater at the end of a battle. We do hereby accept your petition to follow in the footsteps of your brave father. Thy enemy shall be the archfiend Baramos. The name of the archfiend Baramos is yet unknown in the world of men.
But you know it.
If things remain unchanged, before long the world will be destroyed by the archfiend. Baramos must be defeated. Seek companions at the local eatery and start your quest.
The local eatery. So just go on down to the IHOP off the highway and find companions there.
That's gotta have been a bar in the original
Oh, I'm
version.
sure. In fact, we know it's a pub or a tavern in later releases, so.
Yeah.
FC Questy receives money for her party.
Farewell until we meet once more, FC Questy.
Let's see. Wait, am I able to... Do I talk to you to save?
This is you.
A solo journey is too dangerous. It's best to go to Louisa's place at the west edge of town and find some companions. Can I... How do I... I wanna...
You can
wanna save.
talk to chairs.
But it's a chair. Okay, but I do want to see if I can figure out how to save. Okay, nope, you're just gonna be like that. Okay. I'm sure we'll get the chance to save before too long. We do hereby grant your petition to follow in your father's footsteps. I will send a retinue of guards to accompany you to the volcano, who will then throw you in upon arrival. Thank you, my lord.
Didn't you see the princess? My princess, my princess!
Princess? I cannot go out because of the Archfiend. I don't think I can stand it anymore. Every day is like this. Sorry.
Okay, you do in fact save at the king. I looked in the manual, so
Okay.
I guess you just can't do it yet.
Probably they're waiting for me to go to Louisa's.
Yep.
Sup, man?
Anyway, you don't have the key to open the jail. Get away from here! You'd think you could at least... You must be so bored in there, you'd think you would welcome the company, but okay.
If you want to talk to a prisoner, you'll have to do it through iron bars. I do like this guy who's got little balls and chains shackled to his big old stubby legs. How you doing?
And a very modern horizontal bar prisoner's outfit,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is so that they can spot you from a distance easier.
Oh, that would make sense.
Blast it! That blasted old man in the Tower of Najima! He stole a key from me, Bekor!
I'll have to remember.
I like
that.
to think that it's. I like to think that his name isn't Bekor. He just likes to add that onto all of his sentences.
Oh, so he's a Japanese mascot character, Bakor.
No, I was thinking more of a parrot. It's different for me, Bekor.
There you go. Alright. Rumor has it that you can go from the cave on the promontory to the Tower of Najima. Can you explore more of the courtyard up there? We'll see.
What Dragon Quest usually does is, there's a part of the green area that, when you step on it, it takes you out of the area. And they actually use that to hide secrets in sometimes. Like you can sneak around and find a hidden path that you can walk on, but right here it's just taking you out.
Unfortunately. So it is worth checking, but it seems like not in this instance.
Yeah.
We also do not appear to have a way to open doors at present, so we just have to wonder what those dudes are schlepping about all about.
This is me.
Mm-hmm.
I say that the key made by the thief Bakor can easily open all doors with simple locks.
Oh, okay. So if we get Bakar's key, then we can open a lot of these doors.
Yeah, Dragon Warrior had the same thing where late in the game you would get a skeleton key and it would give you the ability to not have to buy keys and you could just open everything with that.
That's right. Yeah.
It saves you a lot of hassle.
The thief Bakar, who once wreaked havoc in this town, is now in jail. Ha ha ha.
Rude.
Very sarcastic laugh. So we know that in the Tower of Najima is a basic key that sounds like we can reuse places. Alright, west side of town. That'll be over here. Nope.
Wow, trample all the flowers on the way out, why don't you?
It's fine.
Your turn.
This is the castle town of Aliahan. If you go north, you'll come to the village of Reeve.
Well, this is the vault. How may I help you?
Well, we've got nothing to leave, so... Wait, no, I said no! 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 Oh. I meant leave as in I'm going to leave, but FC Questy interpreted that as leave as in leave something behind. Yeah.
If you're going to take anyone along, you'd best take a soldier, a pilgrim, and a wizard. Hiccup? Well, we're not going to follow your advice, sorry, buddy.
That is probably the standard recommended party, and we might be saddled with that briefly. Let's see.
It makes sense because it's basically a white mage, a black mage, and a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luisa's Oh wait, no, this is you.
Oh, okay. This is Louise's place. This is the eatery where people gather, meet or part with companions. What's on your mind, dear? Let's see a list. Very well. I will record your current status in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor.
Oh, you can save there too, I guess.
Okay, so these are the three party members that it looks like we would default with. A soldier named Aiden, a wizard named Harley, and a pilgrim named Petrus. For reference, soldier is sword dude, fights with sword, pretty basic, pretty tanky. Wizard is black mage equivalent, offensive focused spellcaster. Pilgrim is the censored version of priest, so white mage, healer, mostly defensive magic.
Yeah, pretty much the same as fighter, black mage, white mage from Final Fantasy.
For the sake of things, it looks like Aiden would have a big focus on physical stats, so lots of strength and vitality, lots of hit points, not much in the way of magical ability, and kind of slow from the looks of it. Also a dude. Appears they all default as dudes. Harley, being a wizard, is the inverse, focuses a lot on magical power, not much in the way of hit points, but a lot of MP right out the gate. A bit more defensive, well, no, not compared to the soldier. Fights primarily with a cypress stick, has weak armor, but would have spells. And then Looking at our pilgrim. Let's see. Sort of a statistical mix, but with a focus on somewhat balanced stats, so can have a physical presence, but definitely a focus on spell casting as well, and basically taking hits. Now let's see. I think if I ask her to add members, it will only add from that list. Another world? What does that mean? If you want to add a companion who's not on the list, first go up to the second floor. If you go to the registry first, I'll be happy to add whoever you like to the list. Then let's head upstairs. Alright, let's see.
We can add a cat? No, not really.
No, but the cat does have a lovingly rendered butthole, so that's something. Much like the pigs in Star Tropics. Meow. Alright, let's see. Actually, let's talk to you in inverse order. Nope. Now this guy's Yugos.
Sages are a chosen few. Only those few who can withstand the rigorous training can become sages.
Sages are far and away the best class in the game, but you cannot start with them. You have to unlock them at, I think, the midpoint to late in the game.
They're pretty much a combination of white mage and black mage.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Goof-offs are
Goof-offs
really useless.
Yeah.
If you want to take one along, wait until he gets strong and take one along just for laughs.
Goof-offs just kind of do their own thing in battle. You can give them commands some of the time, but by and large they just take up space. But so it's a bit of a challenge run to have one in your party. Naturally, we are going to have one in our party.
Well, this is the Adventurer's Hall of Registration. I can register anyone you wish to include among your companions. Once you register them here, you may depart with them from the eatery downstairs. Do you have new companions to register?
Yes.
Well then, I shall register your present condition in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. May I?
Sure. Okay.
Who will you register?
I'm going to just
And
do this
whole
first
thing
one
is
to test this out, just to make sure I understand how this works.
This whole thing is very wizardry, which had a very similar kind of recruitment thing.
Okay.
In wizardry, the case was that you had to do it constantly because if someone died in wizardry, they're permanently dead. But not so much in this game.
But yeah, we can just within the fiction of the world, we are recruiting people who satisfy these conditions, but functionally, yeah, we're just creating whoever the hell we want. So this is what we got to work with. We can name people whatever we want. Again, 8 characters. We have access to the 6 base classes and the 2 genders. We can make a male or female. Now, yep.
The 2 genders, well known at this time.
Within the game's rules, the
Yeah.
2 genders we can choose with are male or female.
Yeah.
All I mean by that. So, again, just for the sake of having a dude. Alright, so again, to run through these real quick. Soldier, Pilgrim, Wizard, we know. Soldier is fight guy. Pilgrim is healer. Wizard is offensive magic. Fighter is a monk. So bare hand brawler, big emphasis on speed. I don't think much in the way of equipment or weaponry, but you would get them for being fast and for getting a lot of hits in. Merchant is kind of a gimmicky class. I don't think they do a whole... They don't have a whole lot that's special to them, except for the fact that they can help you make money. So if you have a merchant on hand, you're likely to get a lot of gold. I think they also have a fairly token physical presence. Maybe they do some offensive or magic stuff, but I don't really remember. And then goof-off, as discussed, is hard mode, but that's part of the fun. So, that being said...
Can't you promote goof-offs into Sages easier somehow or something like that?
Yes, if I remember correctly, for most... midway into the game, you unlock the ability to just freely change classes on the fly. Or you have to go to some place, but you can change classes on the fly. So you could, like, reclass a wizard as a soldier. You probably shouldn't, but you could. But it's around that point in the game that you unlock the ability to reclass into a sage. But goof-offs are a little easier to do so. I think with most classes you have to have a special item for that reclass, but a goof-off can just promote to a sage once they hit level 20, which is the halfway point in this game. I think it's a level 40 or level 45 or something is the cap.
And for the fighter, they probably don't need to use as much equipment if they're like a monk.
Mm-hmm. So, all that being said, what should we do? How do we want to staff our party?
Because I know the monks in
Yes,
Final Fantasy.
sir.
I know the monks in Final Fantasy were very much. They scale their normal attack really well, but you couldn't attach any equipment for them hardly at all, and they didn't learn any magic.
Didn't they? Yeah, they get some. In Final Fantasy, they get some dark magic on promote, or black magic on promote, but.
No, you're thinking of the thief.
You're right.
Doesn't get anything.
You're right. Okay, so Dingus the Goof-off. Is Dingus male or female? It bears mention, male goof-offs are clowns, female goof-offs are ladies in bunny suits.
Yeah, it's Playboy.
Dingus is a dude. Okay. Alright, this is what we're working with. Not a great stat spread. In fact, they're all pretty low, except luck, which is always very high for goof-offs.
And luck is like critical hits, probably.
Critical hits, I think maybe avoiding damage. Well, you've got the manual. Why don't
I guess I'll look.
Why don't you check? SG, is this the right person? I'd like to think so. Some of these stats might be randomized when you generate a character, so there's maybe a chance that you can get a favorable thing if you min-max it, but like that's boring. We're not going to do that. Alright, we got 2 other characters to fill out. Let's see.
Luck. This determines how lucky the character gets when faced with danger. The character with higher luck has a better chance of running away from and evading enemies' magic spells.
Magic, okay. Okay. So, dodginess and...
Magic and success rate of the runaway command.
Okay. One of those is a bit niche, especially if we have the goof-off at the back of the party. which is probably their safest place to be, but we can work with that. Alright, so we have FC Questy and we have Dingus the Goof-off. Who else should we have here?
I'll list what the manual says for all of the classes.
By all means.
Okay, so soldier, a fighting professional. The soldier can be equipped with most weapons and armor, and since his/her growth rate is high, he/she will become quite powerful quickly. He/she is not too agile, though, and cannot cast any spell. Pilgrim, with the ability to cast mainly healing and indirect attack spells, a pilgrim can back your party up greatly in battles. He/she also has relatively good strength and can be equipped with many weapons and armor. At higher levels, he/she will learn powerful attack spells too. Wizard, a specialist of attack spells. Even at lower levels, the wizard can use very effective attack spells. However, he/she lacks strength, and his/her attack power and defense power are low compared to those of characters in the other classes. The wizard can be equipped with a limited number of weapons and armor. Fighter of martial arts. The fighter possesses a lean, strong body and excellent agility. As the level increases, his/her chance of delivering a tremendous hit grows. Probably critical hit. Being a master of martial arts, he/she can best fight barehanded. When equipped with ordinary weapons, his/her attack power may decrease. So yeah, it's the monk.
Okay.
Merchant. A merchant is skillful at finding the most gold pieces. He/she also possesses the exclusive ability to appraise items. To use his/her appraisal ability, first select item, then the merchant's name, the item to be appraised, and finally appraise. So I guess you can check the value of an item without going to town for that.
I believe that's right, yeah.
Okay. Goof-off. Without exaggeration, a useless living being to take along on your quest. The only redeeming quality, if any, is that his/her irresponsible and unpredictable actions and remarks may make you laugh. As Goof-off's level increases, his/her uselessness will become more and more apparent. His/her luck is tremendous, however. I guess I'll read Sage. A super character, the Sage can learn all the spells of the Pilgrim and a Wizard. He/she can not only fight well, but can be equipped with many weapons and armor. No character can start as a Sage, however. The only way to become a Sage is to gain enough experience points and have a necessary class change. And I'll read the hero because it might impact composition. The hero of Dragon Warrior 3, you can use weapons and armor well to fight enemies fiercely. You also have the ability to cast spells. Some of the spells which you learn will be exclusive to you. Okay, that's everything.
So, at some point, we will eventually upgrade Dingus into a Sage, so that bears keeping in mind. Being said, SG suggests, my instinct is that filling out the last two slots with a Wizard and Pilgrim probably makes the most sense, but I have no objection if you want to go for something else. That makes sense to me, playing it a bit safe there. We would probably have ourselves in the front of the party, then the Pilgrim, honestly then maybe the Goof-off, and then the Wizard.
It might be a bit much to do a merchant and a Goof-off in a party, but
Actually,
I have a feeling the merchant probably isn't that great at fighting.
Just for the sake of things. Yeah, merchant is slow, and not very durable, but has a decent offensive presence, looks like. And then just because Fighter's the last one that we haven't checked out yet. Let's see. So Fighter is very strong and pretty fast. No magic again, but I actually think that strength is higher than even the soldiers. I guess it's a question of tanky offense versus glass cannon offense.
Well, that's base strength. So the fighter has higher strength, but the soldier will be able to use more weapons, so that will enhance the amount of damage you can do that way.
That makes sense. Okay. Okay, so going wizard and pilgrim would make our party pretty magically oriented, with the FC Questy being really the main character with a physical presence. Dingus would have kind of a physical presence whenever he's actually paying attention, but
I think a pilgrim makes a lot of sense, just because that would make healing much more convenient. But I could go either way as for who the fourth party member would be.
I'm definitely inclined to say that a pilgrim makes sense. So, what do we want for a name and gender for our healer? Make the pilgrim a guy and a fourth party member a girl. I can respect that. Let's see. It's tempting to name this character after a fairly throwaway side character in my novel, but that is the epitome of vanity. I won't subject you guys to that. I don't know where this is coming from, but Ricardo, or no, Doe. There we go. I don't know. Ricardo, the priest guy. Yeah, okay. I think these stats are switched up a little bit, but okay, sure, okay. Alright, then for our last party member.
And also remember that priests are pretty good at attacking as well.
That is
attacking
true.
physically. They're like, they're kind of like paladins a bit, in that they, because their only form of attack is a basic attack and their main purpose is healing, their basic attack is better than like a wizard.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think they wield clubs, which is one of the stronger weapon classes overall.
Mm-hmm.
Like a step down from sword is club. Is there any particular reason to change up your party later, or are we in this for keeps? We can freely experiment. The main thing is that new party members would start at level 1, so there would be a degree of having to grind out new dudes, but if we've got a stronger other party members, then we could kind of balance that out a bit. So like if we decide that, I don't know, our 4th party member is dumb and smelly and we really want double goof-offs or something, we could have the rest of our party kind of be a shield to them as we grind them out. This is still NES Dragon Quest, and the name of the game is still very much grinding, though it's not pure grind. Consider triple goof-offs. To what end? Mayhaps triple sages, but content. This is a
Triple
point.
goof-offs
This is a fair point.
is just like a single mother trying to round up all her kids.
Oh, and then when they all become sages, it's like watching them all go off to college. Um. I think our last party member will be a fighter. We'll do it a little different. So we've got a large physical presence, but we've got magic from ourselves and from our pilgrim, and eventually from our goof off. So
yeah,
per SG, this will be a girl. Gooms has to decide a name.
Let's see.
I will say, don't forget that this is a series where characters often have very silly names.
Yeah.
Like, I think in my Dragon Quest V playthrough, I named the kids Lariat and Haymaker, and that just kind of fit in with the overall tonality of the experience.
Yeah, but... So, remind me of all the names we have. We have Ricardo, we have...
Dingus, and we are FC Questy.
Yeah. Okay.
Quite the mix of characters.
All I can think is like Punchette, but
I don't think we've got room for Punchette, sadly. Unless we do. Like, there we go.
Punchina. Punchina's good. I like that.
The Punchina, the Italian martial arts monk. Kind of fits with Ricardo, honestly. Punchina, Ricardo, Dingus.
So we're going to ship them, is what you're saying.
Hey, I like it. I ship it. Alright. Punchina. Not quite as strong, but a little more HP. That's okay. She fast, she vital. She attack. She punch. She punchina. No.
I imagine the pronoun stuff was probably really annoying for the localization team because Japanese doesn't have third-person pronouns, so they would have to do a bunch of custom code for that.
Oh, sure. Alright. Dingus. Dingus! FC Questy's calling you! Dingus is added to the party.
Ricardo's better than Petrus, even though they're functionally identical. Because
Yeah.
we named him.
It occurred to me that I could have just swiped the existing pilgrim, but meh. Alright, and here is our hero lineup. Dingus just kind of juggling, doing his own thing.
Ricardo the pill, Punchina the fig, and Dingus the goo.
There we go. Just for this, for formation wise, oh, nope. You, I think you, and then Dingus just hides in back where he can do the least amount of harm. What are we working with magic-wise? Well, no, she's got punch magic, which is to say none. Ricardo can heal right off the cuff.
Punch magic is the most effective kind of magic.
Quite. Okay. I'm gonna go see if I can't heal with that old king.
Welcome, our brave young hero of Aliahan. FC Questy needs 29 more experience to go to the next level. Punchina needs 18 more experience to go to the next level. Ricardo needs 14 more experience to go to the next level. Dingus needs 11 more experience to go to the next level. I won't read that every time, but...
We'll just
Shall
go
I
over
just-
the numbers.
Shall I inscribe the results of your journeys in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor?
So this guy's Ness's dad. In fact, I'm sure that Ness's dad is supposed to be a king, yes.
I would think Ness's dad is a direct reference to this guy, to be honest.
Yes.
I surely made a record of it. Well, what about it? Are you about to continue on your journey?
I want to try and adjust text speed, so I will say no.
Well, then why not rest for a while until we meet again, FC Questy?
Good work. Hold in the reset button while turning off the power. If you turn off the power without holding the reset button in, you may lose all that is recorded in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor! I have to.
2 exclamation points, so you take it extra seriously.
Alright. Well, I'm not going to create that save point. Okay, good. We'll notch this defaulted at 4, so we'll just do the default. Alright.
Yep.
And we can create copies of the save file. Good to know. I don't think you can really screw yourself over like that, but handy to remember.
Oh, we can plagiarize our own save file.
Yes.
Welcome back!
And we saw this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
29, 18, 14, and 11.
Be off with you then, FC Questy!
Those numbers are way more useful to get every time when you do take quite a break between sessions. And in fact, probably we'll be leaning into that. We'll be leaning into that to remind me where the hell were we at beforehand. Whenever we start a new sesh.
Imagine if after playing for a while, the king magically contacts us to urge us to take a break.
The shop deals in tools. What can we do for you? We have a decent
These
amount.
are items, basically. Healing, heal poisoning, and return to the last town, I
Actually,
believe.
unique in this game, Wing of Wyvern and a spell that has a similar effect will let you teleport to any town you visited rather than just the last one.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty expensive though, and we have one town, so I'll just buy some herb.
I always I wouldn't buy that. I always focus on getting equipment before anything else, before items. But that's just me personally.
No, that makes sense. No, it's fine. You've got a point. I'll save my monies. Did I... Okay, so FC Questy at least is correctly gendered in the narration. Examines the ground at her feet. Again, you're absolutely right, though. It's probably a big headache. Within this era, it was probably a big headache to go through and adjust that every time. Case in point.
Are you the son of the brave Ortega? Your father was a great man.
Well, no, but okay.
Maybe it's like a Mulan situation where they just assume that we're male, but that's everyone else's problem.
Yeah. Alright. This store deals in weapons and armor. Do you wish to see our wares? I think this is actually pretty equivalent to what we're currently wielding. We've got a copper sword, I'm pretty sure. So,
Yeah, I guess there isn't anything really except to save up for the leather shield and leather armor.
Well, we'll keep that place in mind, though. How's it going, well guy?
Hast thou seen the island floating to the west of this castle? Islands don't really float, bub. You should see it as soon as you go outside.
Friggin' punt him with cold facts and logic, gooms.
Unless it's a flying island, which it very well could be.
We go out of town and walk for a long time. By and by, you'll reach the edge of night.
When I'm here in town, the idea that the Archfiend will destroy the world seems impossible.
Oh, and here's... I think this is our church? At your service, my good people. How may I serve you? Yes, this is indeed our church, so we can detoxicate, creative word application, presumably to cure poison, uncurse to cure curses, and revive to cure death.
Yeah, and let me remember. I think curse is probably not able to use any equipment, but let's see.
So while you're doing that, I'll read for this guy. Aliahan is a continent surrounded by the sea, but I hear there are bigger continents beyond the sea. I'm also reasonably sure this equal sign was a cross in the original Japanese. Likewise for the star back there. Dragon Quest is a series, particularly around this era, played very openly with the idea of religion, though all in fun and not really invoking any serious themes with that. The priests are just all mathematicians now. Hey, there you go.
Later on, they did do some stuff like there's an evil church in Dragon Quest VIII, so it's kind of a subversion of churches being a big part of the game. And later on, they changed it so that you don't save with the king, but you save in any church in the game, which probably more convenient.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do think divinities show up as friendly NPCs much, much later down the line, but it's like, it's chill. They're just there. This is definitely not a JRPG series where you end by killing God. Usually if you do fight God, it's on friendly terms, and he's just testing you. Very much that type of series.
You fight God sometimes, but yeah.
But, alright.
When you fight God, it's very much a Dragon Ball kind of God, where, like, they're... they might, pose a very strong threat technically, but they're so goofy, they're kind of hard to take seriously regardless.
Sure.
I'm looking still.
Aliahan once reigned over the entire world. Then came a war in which many lost their lives. At that time, the travel door connecting across the ocean was closed off. Your father, Ortega, was a great hero. And my son! Beep-beep-beep-beep-beep-doo-doo. Welcome back, FC Questy, my dear. You must be exhausted. Sit down and rest. Your friend should come in and rest, too. Alright, so we can always get free heals at home. You gotta love any grandfather who's like, your dad was cool. I'm his dad. Just very much a father. Alright. Now, we start the central gameplay loop, which is getting in fights. Here we go. One slime and one black raven appear.
Yeah, I can't seem to find anything on Kurtz's, which is weird. But
no worries.
I'm sure we'll bump into that eventually.
We'll keep an eye out for that.
I have to say, I like this battle theme a lot more than the Dragon Quest I version. This is a lot easier on the ears to be hearing a lot of.
You can really tell that composer Koichi Sugiyama got a lot more comfortable or confident with composing for the Famicom over the last couple of years of development. Because I do like the music of Dragon Quest 1. A lot of it is very basic, like 5-10 second loops. So the jump to this is very dramatic, very dynamic.
I like it, but I like it in the sense that it's like charmingly simple, but this feels like it gets the same idea of intensity while making it easier to listen to for long periods of time. I guess I like Dragon Quest 1's more in theory, but in practice I kind of end up getting a little annoyed by it after a while.
Sure. Alright, let's fight some guys. Fight. Okay, only the first place party member can run. Parry. I'm guessing parry is probably a block. Ricardo can heal, but we're fine. And then I can tell Dingus to fight. Punchina attacks, 6 damage points for Slime. Black Raven attacks, 1 damage point for FC Questy. I won't read all of these, but we... Okay, so
And
this is one of those...
Go ahead.
Where party members will always target a single enemy, so it doesn't reassign.
You have to... It behooves you to try and figure out how much health they have so that you can maybe predict if someone's going to die and aim for the next person. Also, I missed it earlier. Did you talk to your grandfather back home?
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, it's a time-honored tradition to have the first opponent you face be a slime. So.
Oh boy. That is not a lot of damage. Oh, okay. Well, that's considerably scarier. I probably don't want to go into the woods yet.
Yeah.
Sequesty's party attempts to flee. Thankfully, successful. Yeah, that's also very much a hallmark of early Dragon Quest.
Yeah, you need to know how to run, and you need to learn the level barriers of like where new and stronger enemies are going to show up. And grind for a little bit in each area before you move on to the next one. I kind of like it in a way because in Dragon Quest you feel your levels a lot stronger than you do in a lot of RPGs. It doesn't... Sure, it can be kind of tedious doing the grinding, but they give you so many strong spells, and you make such strong
Hey, Dingus leveled.
boosts in power that
That's a lot of luck.
there's a real sense of progression in the game, I feel.
It also warrants acknowledgement that this is not a game where you recover HP to max on level up. So I will need to occasionally take time to heal Dingus's useless butt. In fact, I should heal Punchina and then double back. Let's rest at home to recover MP. I'm not sure why the inn exists if we can just sleep at home. Oh well.
I have to say too, like, these character sprites are really detailed for how little they have to work with. Like, it's impressive that they're able to get such defined character attributes when they're working with so few pixels.
You really feel that by this point in time, the team had gotten a sense for how to translate Akira Toriyama's character designs into sprite work. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not able to select which slime I attack.
Yeah, I think they're in a group of slimes, so...
Hey, Dingus defeated a slime.
You did it, buddy. Proud of you.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah, you can't choose which one to go after, but it does automatically retarget to the other members of that group. So.
Oh, new spell for Ricardo. Nice. There is an arrow you seem to be able to select. Maybe that would let you change which slime you're targeting. I'll check that in this next fight. Wait. So why does it... Spell. I'm not sure what that does. Do you have a list of spells in the manual there, Gooms?
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Might be a combat-only spell. That's what I'm guessing, yeah. My guess is that it would chase away an enemy from combat. Alright, so what happens if I hit this? Oh! That's right! Okay, this is the first Dragon Quest game where you can actually attack your own party members. That is useful mostly if you want to wake up a party member. You can very easily do so by attacking them with one of your guys. For the most part, you don't want to do that, but it is an option. I remember now, I was reading about that earlier.
Let's see. Spells.
Oh, poop.
Oh, they put the spell list on the map poster. That's interesting.
Interesting. I do very much appreciate that they stagger out how much experience each character needs. Excuse me, that goes a long way to start shaking things up here.
Okay, this is not from the manual, but Expel, also known as Poof, it's a debuff, and the spell of Expel will attempt to banish some enemies from a fight. This is not the same as defeating them, so you won't get experience nor gold.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
kind of, you were kind of right, but it makes them go away instead of you go away.
Okay. Alright, I should push towards the next town, now that I'm starting to get some experience here.
Oh, see, right now, those two sprites are blinky because you had all of the characters in a row.
Oh yeah, sure enough. Go, Dingus, go!
Yeah.
Go, Gramps, go!
That's how the NES handled overdoing the sprites, as it just flickered back and forth, so it wasn't running all of them at the same time.
Okay.
I think it has to do with scan lines. They can only run so much at once.
Gotcha, okay. Now, is it just rows, or is it columns too?
It's just rows.
Just rows.
Because it draws them out in rows, like scan lines on a TV.
Gotcha, okay. Oh, right. Okay. Punchina dodges nimbly. A tremendous hit! Hey, from Dingus, no less. Good on you, Dingus. Man, there's no way
Every time
to
you say "good
compliment
on you,
this.
dingus," it sounds like a backhanded compliment.
I was just gonna say, there's no way to make that sound nice. Let's see. So, if you've played the original Dragon Warrior, you'll notice that there's a bit of a difference here in terms of how the fight screens look. Originally, it would just be, you'd get a little window popped up with the, in the middle of the overworld map where the enemy would appear on, as part of the environment. But in this game, it shifts to that black screen. Apparently that was a decision made in Dragon Quest II because due to how intensive it was to show a bunch of enemy sprites side by side, one thing had to give, so it was just easier to represent it by having or it was more visually interesting to have multiple enemies next to each other on a black screen rather than have one or two enemies present on a screen with a background.
Well, it lets you utilize more colors is the main thing, because not only are you you don't have to draw the colors of the background, but you also can fudge it a little sometimes and use transparency to imply black on characters, on enemy characters. So
Yes, indeed, you're right. Talk to her.
Welcome to the village of Reeve.
All right, nice. The shop deals in tools. What can they do for you? I have a few things to work with. Let me see. Fairy water, I believe, chases away enemies, so you would use that like a repel in Pokemon. Turban, I'm not sure what that does. I don't know if... I know you can equip hats. I don't know if that is like hat equipment or what.
Let me see if I can find that.
Definitely can't afford it though, so we'll leave it be for now. While you're looking, I'll voice some more dudes. Did you obtain the thief's key? No. I hear there's a cave in the forest south of this village that connects to the Tower of Najima. In fact, we did see one tile that looked different in the forest, so we'll check that out in a little bit.
When you walk outside of town, you may encounter things in some suspicious places. It's not good enough to look from a distance. Get up real close.
Yeah, fairy water prevents weaker enemies from attacking on the overworld.
Oh, okay.
Same effect as a repel, which is a spell. And turban.
Let's see. We definitely have some improved equipment here. We could afford the training... I think the training suit is something that Punchina would be able to wear. Then the leather helmet would be good for us. But let's save our money for a little bit longer, just to try and earn up more goodies.
The turban is defensive equipment, and the merchant and the gadabout can equip it.
Oh, the gadabout can. Okay.
Yep.
Heave. Oh, no way, it's too heavy. It won't budge.
Was
Wow, that strength of yours will come in handy someday. Alright, so we just have the innate strength to move boulders around.
maybe that's a tutorial?
Oh, could be. Am I right in assuming, since you've got the items up, am I right in assuming that the training suit is armor for the fighter? Hey, it's a horse.
Nay!
Oh, excuse me. Alright, so since we have to talk to kings to save, we can't save in town here. DQ3. Hey, Game Champ. Nice to have you. We just
Hey.
started playing a little earlier.
GF, so that's probably goof-off, right?
Oh, yeah, it would be.
So
Oh.
the training suit is for the goof-off, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
and the fighter can use it too, actually. Yes, the both
okay.
of them. And sages, apparently.
Love punching up, beat up the slime. I played through this earlier this year and I love it so much. This is our first time running through it. It's a game I've been meaning to go through for years, but it's been really nice to be able to finally sit down with it.
Yeah, this is one that's been on my backlog for a long time. Also, you can see right there that the heads of those anteaters are a different sprite than their body. Mega Man
You're
did a
right.
similar effect where his face was a different color, a different sprite, so that they could have more colors on the sprite.
Right, that's a way
At
of
once.
getting around the, because sprites are only able to, oh wow, okay. Sprites are only able to have 4 colors, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we took the horned rabbits off guard. Nice. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it where the pupils are separate from the rest of the body.
hmm
Kind of a trippy effect when you're looking at it.
Yeah. They wanted these to have red eyes, I suppose, because rabbits.
These very much look like Toriyama creatures. Agreed.
Toriyama is on record for saying that he kind of found it annoying to have to do human characters in Dragon Quest because he just wanted to do monsters all the time. So that's where his passion was in.
I've also read that apparently for Dragon Quest II in particular, because the development in general was so rushed, but so much focus was put into... Hey! Actually, are we able to get in here? Nope. Okay. We will check down
I think
here.
you need a key for that, probably.
Let's see what we can find down here. Dragon Quest II had a very rushed development cycle. Frog gores, nice. So, in general, everyone was pretty pressed for what they were able to do. I believe Toriyama's experience of working on Dragon Quest II was he had to come up with a bunch of monster designs right out the gate, which was a lot of work for him. But ultimately, after he came up with the designs, he just got to do a lot of painting of the character designs that he came up with, which he found was a lot more enjoyable than than his usual work of producing weekly manga. So overall, was a positive experience for him. Wait, no. I want to parry by throwing fists. Oh, you're playing as a girl. There's something I've been curious about. Have NPCs been using female pronouns for your character? They have not. The narration...
Well, yes, and yeah, the narration does sometimes. It's spotty because I think there were some localization issues, but they sometimes get it right and sometimes don't. Whether you choose to interpret that as like a Milan situation, probably giving it a little too much credit, but Um, but yeah, because Japanese doesn't have third-person pronouns, that would have all had to be done by the localization team, so it's a bit spotty.
Actually, that's because in the Japanese version, it was almost exclusively male pronouns / words when they were used. Okay, that would... Oh, Dingus is down. That would kind of explain it then, because there have been a lot of references to us as Ortega's son here, which isn't quite right for the female FC Questie.
Mm-hmm.
But in other places, the narration for like when yeah, in the Japanese version, it's always exclusively Musuko, meaning son. Gotcha. Okay. Musuko?
That part does seem consistent in that case, then. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know if in the original Dragon Quest III, if it was in a case where they added the female character later on in development, so they just didn't think or have time to do all of that edits, or if they're trying to have a statement about, like, people just assume that the hero's going to be a guy or whatever.
I'm about to get bodied by a bunch of anteaters, I think. Come on. Ah! Oh boy. Okay, I've definitely overextended at this point. FC Questie nobly face tanks all of the enemy's attacks. Okay, there we go. You can also see that Dingus is now a ghost. That is I believe that is a modification for the Dragon Warrior 3 sprites. In Japanese, I believe it's it's a coffin with a cross on it, right?
I don't remember. I'm not sure. It actually seems to be implied, intentionally or not, that the character's gender you choose is literally their gender, and everybody just misgenders you constantly. Trans rat baby. Yeah.
Sort of at the vibe I've been getting, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought up maybe it's like a Mulan situation where people just assume you're male, but
Oh boy.
that is not the case.
I'm just going to limp on back to town and hope that I don't get got by a bunch of filthy stinking anteaters. Alright, we're okay. Who is to be brought back to life? Ding. Oh, good. It only costs 10 pieces of gold to revive someone. I'm sure it's based on location, but...
Is it based off a location, or does it scale the more you do it as the game goes on?
Oh, that I'm not sure. That would be dastardly. Oh, wait, no, it's fine. We're good. We're good. I guess we'll stay at the end, too. Wouldst thou bed down within? This game's definitely steps a bit away from the first game's excessive thous and thys, but there's a little bit of that still in here. I guess I'll double back and save while I can to bank some of our progress, but then continue the grind. I'd like to get a couple more levels, or another level or two in before I try the underground again. Let's see. Yeah, that's a big part of why I've been
that's
playing
a
the
big
series
part.
in Japanese. Very much not a fan of the thous. That's fair. I will confess a fondness for the post-Square Enix localization with all of its over-the-top accents and stuff, but I also very much recognize that that's not for everybody.
I think it's a case of how antiquated language becomes a bit more. I think it flows a little bit better in Japanese because they have. It's just integrated into the language a bit more. It doesn't feel as artificial as just doing Shakespearean, which is technically the closest analog we have, but it's really not the same thing. Oh, I love over-the-top accents and dubs. It's just like, if I have the choice. Gotcha.
Fair.
But, like, I know with, like, honorifics and stuff, no one is going to call you something dono unless they're trying to be, sound antiquated. Sound like they're being old-timey samurai type deal. But...
Like Simon Blackwell.
yeah. But the fact that you can say it and it doesn't feel... It feels out of place, but it doesn't feel like it's a totally different language that you're LARPing, which Shakespearean kind of does. It's a different sort of effect, I think.
Oh, wait. Dingus isn't juggling. That's his cane that he's carrying. I thought he had
Yes.
a trio of balls suspended just over the right hand, but that makes more sense.
I'm just doing one-handed juggling constantly.
I thought that's where his skill set lay.
Yeah, it's some kind of cane, I guess. Probably a comedy prop of some kind.
Imagine if he could use those juggling balls as projectile weapons. Well, this assumes
If it worked
that...
for Mad Clown, it'll work for him, I suppose.
There you go. Though this
Well, he is
assumes
equipped
that...
with a cypress cane. Yeah, but I doubt his sprite
he
will
is,
change
yeah.
depending on what you have.
I'm pretty sure it's just static, yeah. Fun fact, Dragon Quest slimes taste like lime. I don't know why this is information that we know, but it is.
Was that said on like a Twitter Ask Me Anything or something?
It came up in an interview, I believe.
And to think, I would have thought that would taste like blueberry or something.
Nope. Surely there's official edible merch that is kept lore accurate. You would hope so. Alright, let's see if I can get my revenge on this conga line of anteaters.
Just a pack of gummies that are all slime-shaped and lime-flavored. That would go pretty hard.
Well, now that's making me wonder if there would be like... You'd have like a pack of gummies, and surely you'd play with other shapes. I know you have to have slime in there, but like... Would you have... I don't even know, star wyverns or platypunks in there or something. And what would they taste like? What flavors would those be?
Well, if there was a wyvern gummy, it would taste like arsenic and kill you as soon as you ate it.
Ah, shoot. Okay. Ah, man. I didn't fully get revenge on the anteaters. Let's see if Dingus can defeat his slime this turn.
Maybe a gold man that's like tastes like pineapple or something.
Hey, Dingus did it. Hey, new spell for FC Questy. Nice. Wow, levels for everyone except Punchina, who is Deed. We'll get her. Ah, that's going to annoy me, having to see those uneven experience levels. Oh well.
You gotta get over that. That's just gonna happen in Dragon Quest.
I know. Honestly, So, depending... I should be taking out the anteaters first. Depending on how you define it, my first actual factual JRPG was probably Mario and Luigi, the first one. And of course there's that one section where you're just playing as Luigi for a while. And, like, even as a kid, like, for the most part, you're able to keep it balanced, but it always really, really bugged me that by the end of the game, there was no recourse for it. Luigi had to be a higher level than Mario. A tremendous hit.
The fact that you called Mario and Luigi of all games your first actual factual JRPG is kind of sending me a bit.
I know.
Not that I have anything against the game, but like, it's almost like next to Undertale, it's one of the games that's most JRPG in name only.
Right, next battle I'll check what people have. Actually, maybe FC Questy can heal. Is it true? Can you heal? No. Well, next battle we'll check.
Or disagree, Mario and Luigi is JRPG as heck? I don't know if I can agree with that.
Okay, so it is not it does not increase for every time you heal. So, or every time you resurrect someone, so that's nice.
Like, Mario and Luigi has the skeleton of an RPG, but the meat of the game is definitely in the action commands, the action command mini games you're doing constantly.
Blaze. Okay, so FC Questy now has fire magic. FC Questy is very nervous and continuously checks the ground at her feet. It's okay, FC Questy, we're here for you. Ricardo did not learn any new spells. How am I? could stand to sleep.
Yeah, it's in the turn-based RPG combat. Yeah, but it's like a framing device more so than it is a... There's not as much strategy being what you're determining to do in Mario and Luigi.
It's just
Like, it's nominally an RPG, but
it's just more action-oriented RPG. There we go. You go, dingus. Edwina's been a bit antsy today. She just wants to hang out with me, which is fair, but you can't really do that while streaming. Alright, well, this turned out way better than the last couple Anteater attack. Anteater is kind of a boring word to find alliteration for. Anteater attack? Anteater altercation. That's it. Got it.
Anteater antics. Right
Oh,
there.
come on. Yeah, it's right there. Ow. Alright, let's try our luck in the underground again.
Is
What
this
is
Donkey Kong Country? Exactly.
It is kind of a rareware stage name.
Well, yeah, because there's animal antics, but...
But nothing can be found. Your foes are taken off guard and bewildered.
So I like to imagine that every time foes are bewildered, there's some lore reason why they're bewildered. So, in this case, what did Dingus do to make them bewildered?
Oh, see, here I thought you were going for maybe they were, I don't know, eating or something, but I like the idea of Dingus going, I can't do a good Edwin. Well, I say, look here, I see, if I spy with my two little eyes, a little anteater and his slime friend. It's serviceable, actually. Dingus threw some juggling balls at them. Here, catch! Actually, let's try fire, blaze here. Frogor dodges nimbly. Oh, blaze is pretty effective. Nice. I'll conserve my but good to know. I suppose it's a bit like Hurt in the first game.
Yeah. Shame they didn't keep Hurt, but I suppose its time... Its time was limited, especially after they had multiple elements.
Alright, so I'm on a chest. Let's search the chest. FC Questy examines the ground at her feet. FC Questy opens the treasure chest. You obtained 32 pieces of gold. Nice. Oh, they were waiting behind the screen transition. I take it Hurt was a generic offensive spell in previous games. Yes, indeed.
It was your It was your first spell and your only offensive spell for most of the game. Or maybe it was your second. I think you might have heal first, but
You get heal first, but then you get hurt. Because then later on you
Yeah.
get the upgraded versions heal more and hurt more.
yeah, which is what I was gonna say. It's your first. Hurt is your only offensive spell until at the very end of the game you get hurt more.
Mhm. Which is
Which
just...
I kind of love.
It's fun as the offer for the ultimate spell. Like, it didn't always need Ultima or Megiddo or Armageddon or anything like that. You can just get by with hurt more.
When are we gonna get Blaze more? Let's see. It would be.
I forget what the nomenclature is in this game, because this is before modern Square Enix, of course, does automatopoeia for all of their spell names. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
in modern it would be Fizzle, and then no, it would be Fizz, and then Fizzle, and then Kerfrizz, and then Kerfrizzle.
That's right.
But not sure what it would be. So let's see.
Hey,
got the
good on
spell
you,
list.
God, it just always sounds like a put down.
It's Blaze more, so kind of the same.
Oh, so it is still more. Nice.
Oh, and then it's Blaze most.
Oh, rad. Okay.
And then in later ports, it's Frizz, Kafrizz, and Frizzle. Oh no, Frizz, Frizzle, and Kafrizz.
Okay. Kind of like the little jazz hands that the frogors are doing. Actually, I should save that for the retreat.
They would be the backup dancers to Michigan J Frog.
I like where your head's at. A tremendous hit! I think I should switch Ricardo and Punchina's positions. Pretty sure Ricardo was tankier than Punchina. Well, now they're the same level. Hey, making great progress with Dingus over here.
Yeah, I think Dingus. I think Goof-Off's level up faster, maybe.
I believe that's correct. Alright, so let's adjust formation. FC Questy first, Ricardo second, Punchina third, Dingus fourth. You can't really say Dingus fancy. Fancy. What are these dragon statues? Nothing can be found. Oh well. Ah, man. Oh, well, they're ravens. A tremendous hit!
Black Raven is a little redundant, I have to say.
It's just so we don't mix them up with all of the red apples.
Or the brown writing desks.
There you go. They all brought their own skulls. Yeah, it's BYOS. I don't think...
They would be on the desk of Gargamel while he plots to kill all of the Smurfs. Sitting on the skull.
Hey, it's a dude. Hi, dude.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Inn. One night's stay is 8 pieces of gold. Wouldst thou bed down within?
Sure.
Enjoy thy stay here. Good morning. See you later.
Well, that's handy. That is actually excruciatingly handy. Nice. Excruciating.
Very creepy place for an inn, I have to say, though.
One of the things that I found out during my research is that for masked moths, what is going on with the masked moths?
They're wearing a mask.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I don't think... Are those teeth or are those little legs?
I see them as big old lips. And they're just like
Well,
big heads or something.
yeah, like it could just be... Like it has individual teeth. You can see those. And the lips.
I wasn't sure if
But-
it was like light glistening off the... Oh, hello. I guess they can cast illusions. Chance surround. Surround by a cloud of something or another. Oh well. Unfortunately, with all of the illusory magic, it's a bit hard for us to land hits. What was I saying? Oh, right. So one of the things I found during my research for this game is one of the planned scenarios that they had to remove from the actual game was a sequence where you stay at an inn and are robbed of a key, and you have to try and find the key, and the whole adventure stops and briefly turns into the Portopia serial murder case.
Yes, those are indeed teeth.
I guess it's taking a break.
As the official art will suggest. But yes. Continue.
Well, that was the main thing. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. How in a spooky sort of way. but yeah, it's I thought it was rather cute to the idea of kind of paying it back in kind, where the Portopia serial murder case had a segment that was just Yuji Horii wishing he was making a wizardry game. Then when he's actually making RPGs, he has a segment where he's pretending he's making another adventure mystery game.
That's fun.
Dingus is assessing the situation. You know what? I am sure a lot of the nonsense combat tags in the Mother series come from the goof-offs here.
Would make a lot of sense for sure.
There we go. We powered through. You know what? I think we get more experience the fewer active party members there are. I think this is one of those games. Which means that when a party member goes down, everyone else way benefits more. Oh no. Bum, 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 bum. I will say, I do appreciate how, how to put this? There's definitely an ease of navigation in this game compared to the previous two Dragon Quest titles, where we're only exploring a little bit so far, but you're definitely getting suddenly mounts an attack. You're definitely... Uh-oh. Don't do it. Okay, he didn't do it. Sorry. You're definitely
I like
getting...
that this castle is built more in like a hub and spokes design instead of just doing a maze with staircases spewing about randomly, which you saw a lot in the previous games. And also they're doing more with the ceiling revealing itself when it goes into that area, so it helps segment what you can see at once.
Mm-hmm. And I can't underestimate these anteaters. But like, I really like the design intent of the original Dragon Quest, where it is, because it is just the grind, there's a sort of zen flow state that you get into, but that's also a design that I don't know makes sense for video games much beyond the original Dragon Quest. So in this game where there's more encouragement to do exploration, so we're only a little bit out from the opening town, but man, these guys are probably gonna get us. I'm just gonna try and run. We're only a little bit out from the opening town, but we've already gone up quite a few levels, and it does feel like we're making notable progress within narrative goals rather than just within our exploration of the game world. But again, I like that in DQ1, but I wouldn't want them all to be like that.
Right.
Actually, can I use that? Oh, I didn't. Nope, I didn't buy the thing. Darn. Boy, I wish I knew if there was a priest in here.
Well, you could go to the inn.
I don't think that would revive Ricardo, but that would at least heal everyone else.
It wouldn't, but it might still be a good idea.
Okay. Horned rabbits aren't that scary, so I will brave this. No, don't hurt your friends. Ba ba bum ba bum bum bum. Do do.
They're not your friends, and as you know, you have to annihilate everyone who's not a friend.
Obliterate, but otherwise
That was
quite
close.
true. It is close. Same phonic sounds. It's not this one, it's the next one up.
Run.
Coward. Alright. I think I would me bed in within. Alright. We're gonna play very safe, but we're going to see if we can't find a priest around here. I mean, one anteater. I can fight one anteater. I know there are stairs here. Maybe there's a priest up here? Outlook not so good. I think you might have, the game manual might have a map, but at the same time, I know I that is. Oh crap! Nope. 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 Nope.
It does have a map. Let's see.
The frogors are kind of tough. Well, I'll try to be brave.
So, do you want to know if there is a priest or not in here?
Do you go all the way back to your last save point if the entire party falls? Yes, I would. So I would return back to Alienham. I would also lose a chunk of change, which isn't ideal. I could hoof it back.
Yeah,
I know that's an automatopoeia hoof, but I could probably make it back without too much trouble. But Alienham, thank you.
You lose, I think, half of your money, but you maintain the experience points you get.
Mm-hmm. And since this game introduced banks, it is a possible strategy to just deposit all your money and job repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that, though. I think the most thing for me to do is to ask if a priest exists, but not where I can find him. So, is there a priest in this castle?
No.
Okay, well, there goes the game. Okay. So, we retreat back to town. Oh, Alienham. I didn't even clock that. Two anteaters is scary, but it could be scarier. I will try to be brave here. FC Questy dodges nimbly. A tremendous hit! There we go. We survived that A-okay. Dingus wasn't quite able to get that slime, but that's okay. You have some decent luck on encounter rates on your way out. That's for sure.
Probably good to have Ricardo be third and in line next time, just because it's important for him to be able to keep heals up.
Inclined to agree, yeah, on retrospect. Okay, there we go. Oh, well, they're just ravens. You can kind of sort of see the effect, though, of how overworld exploration works. How, now that we've gotten a few levels in, we're able to be a bit more confident on some of these enemies. Like, anteaters are still intimidating, but we're starting to get more confidence against them. That's very much the experience of these earlier games, is kind of slowly expanding your reach over the overworld.
Yeah, I feel Dragon Quest is a lot better than a lot of JRPGs, because if the majority of your encounters just feel like padding, then you're doing something wrong. Here, they're a threat or a major source of experience, or a feeling or a way to feel like you've progressed a lot, in the case of fighting enemies that you've already fought a long time ago again.
Mhm.
So every encounter has a lot more purpose here than it does in lesser JRPGs.
Alright, you... Pancina, Ricardo, Dingus. Alright, I've now accumulated a bit of scratch, so let's see. What do you think we should go for?
So it's the chain sickle would be 550, right? Yeah.
Yeah, cannot afford that. Unless I hold off
I think
for
we
a while.
need. Well, let me look who can equip leather armor.
Yeah, I don't remember if Pilgrim can equip that.
Leather armor is for. Yes, it's for Pilgrim.
Oh, okay.
But not the fighter and not the goof-off.
Okay.
But yes, for the hero.
Alright. I'm thinking I can afford 2 leather armors, but I think I only want to buy 1. For now. So I think I will buy 1 for Ricardo.
I think we should do a leather armor for Ricardo and then 2 training suits. I guess you got to grind a little bit more, but get that 6 gold and then we can do that.
Okay. Let's see. Ricardo will take it. Come again, you hear? Alright, let's see. Ricardo. Oh, he's just not even been wearing oh no, he has got clothes. Well, now he's got...
yeah, and you can sell the clothes, and that might give you the gold you need to buy another one.
Alright.
Or can you sell them?
No. Oh, maybe I have to sell to the other merchant. Okay. I will sell clothes. Why do I have a club? Oh, that's actually a decent amount of money. Sure. Well, I look forward to doing business.
You should sell the clothes too.
I did sell the clothes. Why do it? Okay,
I
hold on.
thought you sold the club.
No, I sold the Wayfarer's clothes. Do I have 2 clubs? Why am I...
Well, then sell the club.
Oh, wait, no, hold up a sec. Oh, Nope, I'm a dummy. I, totally didn't even have the, Ricardo was just bare knuckle brawling it there. He didn't even have his weapon equipped. How does that happen? Oh well. Okay, anyway, let's get some training suits. Alright, one for Punchina. And we will get one.
And then can you sell their clothes and get something else?
Here, let me garb them first. Okay, Punchina. Training suit. Okay. Dingus. Nice. Alright, we will sell her clothes. 7. That's not much. Okay. I don't think there's really anything of interest I could buy at this point. Not even like a helmet or nothing.
Yep.
I'll
Still,
check.
that armor upgrade will help a lot.
That's for sure. I will spend some of my hard-earned money to take a quick power nap. Having done that, I was just thinking maybe I'd double back to Aliahan to save, so maybe I should have saved my money. Oh well, it's just a little bit of gold.
I also appreciate that in Dragon Quest, there's always a little bit of strategy that you have to do in what stuff you buy. In most RPGs, you can kind of just clear out all of the shops as soon as you enter them, but
Mhm.
I don't know. If you make everything too easy and you can just clear through all the enemies and clear through all the shops and everything, it sort of begs the question what you're trying to get out of the game. And I think Dragon Quest is a lot better in that regard. This is a very subtle way of throwing shade onto Golden Sun, but
At some point, I have to revisit Golden Sun. I don't know that I've discussed my beef on stream. I'm not super fond of Golden Sun. Admittedly, most of that comes back to a Let's Play that I read a couple years back that I thought did a very good job of kind of articulating, okay, well, this could have been a lot better. But I also do try to be mindful of my own biases and my own perspectives, so I think it would behoove me to revisit it sometime to see where I myself am at. But there is a lot that I can a lot that I still would be inclined to say that I would go, oh, wow, no, about Golden Sun. Alright. It honestly might be quicker to save with Louisa, but we'll do it more official, like... Aliahan. Okay, yeah.
Guess this way you get to see how much experience you need.
Mhm.
Or does the other lady tell you how much it is?
No, I think Louisa just saves it because she's about to write a new character to the
Right, yeah.
cart, but I don't think she doesn't specify where we're at. Hey, Dingus, you need 100 more experience. Ah, not quite, Dingus. Nope. Alright, let's go back to the tower. Right after this message from our sponsor, the Black Raven. And we're back.
Appreciate the subtle palette shift when you move to that part of the map too. It's like the day's going just a little bit further down.
Yeah, the effects for the time of day shifts are pretty neat. Alright, so I didn't really explore? I don't really explore over hair. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Oh, the thing I just sold. Well, can I wear them? Yes, but it's a downgrade.
I don't think you want to. Yeah. You have the leather armor, so.
Yeah, now. Oh well, that'll
Well,
fetch...
more money for later.
Yes, indeed. Your foes are taken off guard and bewildered.
So what did Dingus do this time?
Oh, and here I am without a skull to my name. Say, buddy, could you lend me one of yours?
Admit you'd be weirded out if a clown suddenly asked you for your skull.
I really need to brighten up on my skull collection.
The merchant rushed over here to stuff the clothes in the chest immediately after you sold them. Ah, it's cyclical. See, FC Questy opens the treasure chest. You obtain 16 pieces of gold. Nice. Alright, so this definitely seems to be taking us further away from that skeleton key or whatever. But hey, there's goodies.
And these enemies are pretty low level, so
Mhm.
probably not a bad idea to do this first.
Maybe I was supposed to be exploring here first. Oh well. Dingus is taking a break.
Boy, all this assessing is hard work. You guys can figure it out from here.
It's such a weird thought to think that we got Dragon Quest III the same time Japan was getting Dragon Quest V.
Yeah. What's really funny is the very first issue of Nintendo Power features a one-page article. Oh, nice. One-page article talking about Dragon Quest III as the new hotness. Like there's a thing where a very, very, very optimistic Enix employee says that they were projecting to sell 5 million copies. Which they didn't quite get, but they did still do pretty well.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
said they got 500,000.
So that's Oh, that's interesting. These are different groups. To be clear, they got 500,000 for for the original Dragon Warrior.
Oh, okay.
This was an article that was just selling, or that was just about the brand new Japanese release for Dragon Quest III.
Okay, that's the cave path you were told about earlier.
Okay, so that'll be progress. So I don't want to progress. I want to explore the tower. Because I want to get the key. It's interesting as well because that article actually does use the name Dragon Quest III. It even has the Japanese box art and everything in it. Well, no, that led back to where you'd already been. Not so. That was on the
The east
outside,
side?
or of the That was definitely a different part of the map than we had been, where that emptied out. Well, I mean, I guess technically you never went all the way south through the Tress there. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that would have been an alternate inroad in, rather than through the woods.
Punchina is unhurt.
Oh, wow, that means that Punchina is... She's not dodging, she's just not taking damage from these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I have fully explored this section then. So I want to get back into the tower. It must be a damage range. Did I explore the lower right path by the first treasure chest? I missed that. That's... Pretty sure that's where I am right now.
I guess SG means further to the right of that chest.
Your foes suddenly mount an attack. I did, because that loops back around to the stairs. I
Okay.
guess it would be for you guys, like that. Gonna use Punchina to obliterate this rabbit. Punchina! Oh, whatever. Again, at least they're all manageable. And I'm getting good money this way, I'm sure. Bit by bit.
Uh-huh.
So, it's interesting to me. I know we're still pretty early, but I'm not finding Dingus to be as much of a lodestone as I would have expected.
Yeah.
To be
Well, they did say that that the goof-off gets worse as time goes on. So, but yeah, he's okay at being another attacker. I think he's just technically worse at. He's not skilled at anything besides running away. So, besides the ability to run away and growth potential, there would be no reason to pick him.
Yeah, fair. Maybe I wasn't.
But it's not a Magikarp situation.
More like a, I don't know, a Sunkerin situation or something. Wow! Come on, game! Maybe this is like the Earth Cave or whatever from Final Fantasy 1, except instead of the corridor being full of giants, it's full of rabbits.
Occurs to me, shouldn't you have been trying to run away as Dingus earlier? Yes.
Dingus would have to lead the party, which I suppose I could have switched him out. Okay.
Well, no, because you can... Oh, okay, yeah. No, never mind, you're right. Only the first one can run.
Yes, indeed. But that is an angle to consider. If I'm trying to just egress, I switch Dingus out front and have him try and run away. Okay. Now, what's on the right side? I do still want to explore the tower, but what's over here? Give me your secrets. I don't like these secrets.
Kill a few anteaters and then you shall know the secrets.
Dodges nimbly. Dingus sings a song. That's the other thing. They add more and more useless commands to the goof-off as he levels up.
Huh.
Alright, well, these are stairs up. Door. Okay, well, so that's where we go next, I guess. Oh, wait, I betcha I know where that leads. Well, it's kind of sad, so...
Oh, hey, that's back at the castle.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, and the music was a tip-off.
Frogor had a treasure chest. Another medicinal herb. Since I've got these, I might as well pop one. Nice. Alright, let's go upstairs. Actually, what's over here? Nothing. Except Doom! Well, we've gained some levels. Let's see how we do against these masked oh, pff.
Only one damage point. That new armor is carrying pretty hard right now.
Very much seems the case. Good, 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 good. Ah, man. Dumb frog. There we go. Another treasure chest and another medicinal oib.
Oh.
Ah, here we go. Stairs up. Well, hello? What's this? Opens the treasure chest. Finds the leather helmet. Okay, not what I was expecting, but that is useful. I'll give it to her because she has not had the chance to wear more stuff. Helm. Nice. Got the helmet.
Is it really a helmet if it is made out of leather? Seems more like a hat to me.
Maybe it's got like, I don't know, some sort of skeletal structure, not literally. And the leather's draped atop it or something. Excuse me.
Skeletal structure is an interesting way to describe it. Like, usually with stuff made out of leather, you don't include the rest of the animal in what you're making.
I said not literally. It's like, I don't know. I'm blanking on the actual terminology for it, but like, in costumery, you have like bones
Frame.
in some outfits.
The frame of it, I guess.
I guess might be, yeah. Bird. Alright, what have we here? Opens the treasure chest. You obtain 40 pieces of gold. Nope. Alright, we already checked this room, so it's gotta be the next room with a staircase.
Does look like a staircase.
Yes, indeed. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Excuse me. Sorry. Surrounded by a cloud of mirages. Oh boy, okay.
That's worse than a mirage of clouds.
Although, strictly speaking, a cloud of mirages could be a mirage of clouds.
You're right, yes.
There we go. Oh, 4 babbles appear. That's a new one.
I think this is the first time these have appeared in a Dragon Quest game. You can see that they got the same face as slimes because they're liquid slimes in later games.
Mm-hmm. Not super tough, but they're a bit strong. Oh, I didn't need to sick both of them on him. Darn. Wasn't there another path up there? Yes, I wanted to try and make sure I assessed what all was down here first, since I thought that might be progress. Oh, no. Demonstrably, that is progress. Never mind. Oh, but it has no effect on Dingus. Oh, now it does. There we go. Okay. Ooh, alright. Now, this one is spooky. There we go. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. I should probably heal at some point. Okay.
Might be pertinent.
There we go. Alright, cool. Might as well on Dingus too. Nope. Can't punch pain away. In fact, usually punches have the quite opposite effect.
Never met anything a good punch can't fix.
Ah, man. Okay.
Seems like they seem especially aggressive when you're doing room transitions like that.
It's hard to say whether or not that's confirmation bias, but it kind of feels like it.
Yeah. It probably is confirmation bias, but still.
I can confirm we are probably biased. Hey, nice. I should check out to see what that spell is. Up. Wait. Hold up. Oh, we I missed it, but FC Questy got Poe. Which is to say,
Poisoned.
wait. Nope. Hold on. Is it? Okay. Well, yes, poisoned. Quite. And I don't think we have the means to cure that. Though we can stall it with medicinal herbs. Oh, but there is, well, that's potentially annoying. There is that inn a couple floors down.
I don't think the inn would cure it, because you also have to cure
Oh, you're right.
poisoning at a church. Yep.
Oh, now Ricardo's poisoned. Alright, well, let's see if we can push forward.
Purple.
If we can get both the Herpo and the Purpo to hustle on through. Seriously, if we can get that key, then we would be able to make fairly respectively quick access to a priest. It's just
I also think it's funny how it's PR as the abbreviation for Ricardo. You would think it would be PI if it's Pilgrim. I guess there is an R in there, but you can tell that's just left over from it being named the priest.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right. Wait, I'm reasonably sure that was just a big old loop. We caught him off guard again.
This time, Dingus did a very sensual dance.
Yeah, that's right. You like what you see, buddy?
I don't know.
There's more where that came
I
from.
don't think you'd been on the right side of the room yet.
No, I'd never. I think there's a little wiggly. I don't know what I'm saying. I think there's a hallway that kind of goes back and forth. I explored down here and up here, and I think the path loops around to the right side of that hallway. Except reverse that because it's mirrored.
You better be careful. You better be careful. You're getting dangerously close to #Wigger Wednesday.
Not what I'm going for. Good grief. New spell. Does it cure poison?
No. Okay, well, what's down here?
Well, stairs. A tremendous hit! From Dingus! Hey, good job, Dingus.
You always have to call me that? I mean, I know it's my name, but it sounds so insulting.
Every once in a while, it'd be preferred to be called something else. Like Dingus the Great. Or Douglas.
Ding isn't much better, but you could call me Gus, I guess.
Well, I bet I have to talk to that dude for the key. Which means I have to walk back around again. Ah.
Well, at least see what's behind that room.
Yeah, so I know the stairs should lead me directly there.
Okay.
Okay, but maybe there's an antidote here. Wing of Wyvern. Well, that will let me get out of here, so that's useful. Okay. Up these stairs, right after this. 2 frogors, 1 frogor, and a not frogor.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Luckily, we don't take poison damage during battle. Which is kind of an interesting system, come to think of it. I don't think there are a lot of games that do that. Alright, old man, what you got for us?
Oh, you have come, FC Questy. I dreamed that I gave you this key. So I give you the thief's key. Do you accept it? Also, mischance to have the only word in the English language that ends in MT. Dreamt.
Oh yeah. Aw, rip.
Do you accept it? Now I will chop off your legs. Do you accept this?
Wait, no, that's not from this one.
Well then, be off with you, FC Questy. I'll go back to my dreaming.
Alright, now we can get the hell out of here.
Well, before you use that, just unlock the... Yeah. Okay.
FC Questy used the Thieves' Key. Nice. And it sticks around.
No. And before you use the wing, just check behind this whole place.
I didn't see anything, but no harm in so doing. Nope, nothing.
Okay.
Imagine if that key was single use.
I present to you the Thieves' Key. You huge dumbass.
Okay.
It was the thieves' key, not the thieves' keys, you idiot.
FC Questy flings the wing of Wyvern into the air, but nothing happens. Did we waste it? We did not. Thank you, game. Okay, so it will transport you to any town you've been to, but not in dungeons.
Okay.
Alright.
Which means it isn't really useful right now.
We aren't doing so hot, so I'm going to put Dingus in charge. And, so that I can run more easily.
Finally, my time to lead this party.
Down to burning the herbs. Honestly, it would have been faster if I'd taken the other stairs. I noticed that if you hear that little sound effect, then that means we have successfully fled. So just keep an ear out for that. Oh, you're new.
Scorpion wasp, very scary.
It's tempting, but I'm just gonna run.
Yep.
Watch how they were rare 1 in 8,000 chance encounters that give you 1,000,000 experience points.
Well, now you got me curious.
Alright, I am pretty sure we are going to lose Ricardo and FC Questy pretty quick here. Is this game before metal slimes were a thing? No, metal slimes were in the very first game, actually.
Yep.
Oh, what? Nope, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we'll be running into metal slimes in this game at some point. No, it only looks like the scorpion wasps are pretty normal enemies.
Okay. Strange that I haven't run into them before, but that's okay.
They can call for backup, which is annoying, but
Oh,
that's the most notable thing about them.
definitely glad I didn't deal with them. Here. We can at least recharge our points. Ba-ba-ba. And we are indeed still poisoned.
Yep, it does not in fact heal you. Yep.
That's okay. We can quickly enough square that up. I don't know. I kind of think that Dingus is proven his or is carrying his weight here with. It's a niche ability, but having a high odds of running away. Oh,
Out of the way, Frogor!
I mean,
We've got someplace to be, don't you know?
I mean, it's the entire reason to run a thief in Final Fantasy 1, so, like, if it's good enough for the thief, it's good enough for the layabout, I would think.
Mhm.
And the layabout has much better growth potential, because the ninja's kind of trash, to be honest.
yeah. Hey, let's talk to.
Blast it, that blasted old man in the Tower of Najima!
Oh,
He
this
stole a
is the
key
same.
from me, Bakar! Can you use it on the door?
You know, you really did us a solid before. Let me let you out here. What do you say?
He doesn't fit.
Well, never mind, I guess. Just wasting my time over here.
Wait, we're not taking damage. Oh, do we? Ah, I don't think we take poison damage in friendly environments.
That's new. It wasn't like that before, definitely not.
As a reminder, there was a big door near the entrance of the tower you could use the key on.
Can you use it on that door?
Probably can, but I would like to heal
What,
first.
before...
I'll just be right back.
Okay.
Nope. No, wait, where was...
I thought that was to the right.
What's a guy gotta do to find the cleric in this place?
Oh, it is up here, that's right. Detoxicate. I shall administer...
Pretty cheap.
There we go. Back up to snuff. Now let's rearrange our party. Nice. Okay, let's see now.
You want to buy more equipment now?
Let's wait until we get back to Reeve, since they had much better stuff there. How much money do
Fair.
we have on us? I'll check later.
It was like 600 something.
That should be enough for the chain whip. They say there is an old man who makes magic balls in the village of Reeve. Okay.
Don't tell me about an old man's magic balls, dude.
Pretty sure this won't work. Key doesn't fit.
Okay, so there'll probably be another key later on for the red door and the jail door.
The cool thieves key. Well, I don't know about the jail door. I wouldn't be surprised if we can't bust a car out, but I'm sure we can raid the treasury. Oh, okay.
Well, just the fact that it said, just the fact that it said the just the fact that it said that the key doesn't fit instead of just saying like that won't do anything made me think like there must be some way to open it.
Mhm.
Anyway, you can break open the seal on the travel door using the magic ball, I hear.
Okay, so that's pretty clear cut. Go to Reeve, get the magic ball in order to use the travel door. Oh, wait, no, we were down there before, because that brings us to prison. But we haven't been over here. Or to talk to that guy. Long ago, the travel door used to be in the easternmost part of Aliahan. Easternmost. Okay, so we'd have a bit of traveling to do to get there. We've mostly been exploring the north and west parts of Aliahan. Magic ball can break.
The magic ball can break down walls, they say.
Okay. I think that's largely just kind of summarizing some of what we've seen elsewise. Oh, I need to heal up. Okay. We're getting close to... We're probably right around a good stopping point, so what I'll do is I'll heal first and then save with the king.
Okay.
I should probably take some notes as well.
Yeah, I think the notes are buy new equipment in Reeve and find more doors to unlock, and then after that go through the path in the cave. That's the 3 steps.
Well, okay, so new equipment, get the magic ball, explore with doors around Reeve and in the cave, and then go for the, east, young man, to the travel gate.
Right, yeah.
Man, I brought my pen into the other room. It's annoying. Yeah, I'll just have to remember to write it down in a sec. Well, actually, I can just do it on my sticky notes. I don't have to do it in my notebook. This is simple enough. Yes, please.
Okay, I think we made good progress, though. We feel a lot stronger, and we got the key, which will unlock a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a, um, path forward in a new place to explore, and rumors of a magical orb to find. So lots of stuff we can do for next time.
Yes, indeed.
There was the door in the tower entrance, but that's on the other side of the tower relative to the cave entrance. Yeah. Yeah, might want to note that down too.
Or underground. Let's see. Magic ball from old man in Reeve. Southwestern cave entrance exit. Eastern travel gate. Actually,
Get new equipment if you didn't mention that.
Reeve doors. Okay. All right. I got it. I got equipment in Reeve, Reeve doors, door underground, magic ball from old man in Reeve, southwestern cave entrance exit, eastern travel gate. I think that encompasses all of that.
Okay.
All right. Hey, very good start, I think.
Mhm.
Starting to explore the overworld. Feel like I'm starting to understand our party comp already, and pretty solid time.
Yeah. I
So
like too that you have to rearrange your party composition sometimes depending on how it's doing, which is sort of fun.
yeah. But all right, we'll leave it there for now.
Like,
But we'll pick it up from here next time. So uh, until then, thank you for joining us. We hope you had fun, and we will catch you on the next stream.
catch you next time.